Hello and welcome to Navigate Now. January has started already. Some of us have started work. Some of us have returned back to the four walls of the classroom. Some of us have returned back to our places of businesses, and whatever case that it is that you find yourself. Welcome here. I understand. I hope you're grinding. Our work has started. So yesterday we were able to start this series on now that you are in 2025, and yesterday we were able to talk about reflecting on the past year. Yesterday we were able to talk about the fact that you need to celebrate your little wins for the plans that you have in 2024, the ones that you were able to achieve. We said yesterday that it is important that you celebrate it. It is a form of encouragement for yourself that, okay, if you can do, if you were able to achieve this, it means you can achieve more. Yesterday we also said we should identify the setbacks just for in cases of the goals, the plans that we were not able to achieve in 2024. We said we should identify. We said we should analyze it and identify those things and possibly identify the setbacks. Could it be lack of resources? Could it be lack of knowledge? Could it be whatever the case is? I understand now. I want to believe that some of us have been able to sit down and been able to identify what the problems. I like to drop also that in identifying what the issues are, you need to ask questions. You may need to ask questions from people that are in that same line. You may need to ask questions from people that are in that same line but are ahead of you. In this series we get to discuss about mentorship and all of that. It's a series. I'd like you to join with me in this series, really. Also, we talked about learning from the challenges, and yes, we ended it yesterday with the fact that we should practice gratitude. You need to say thank you to people that were a part of your life last year. All right, so without much ado, let's join into what we have today. Today we'll be talking about setting goals. We'll be talking about setting goals and intentions, basically. So now that you've reflected on last year, now let's deal with this year. So I believe that there are intentions. That's why I said setting goals and intentions, because a goal was an intention at some point. The fact that you thought about it, the fact that you thought about it, that okay, you would like to achieve this, you would like to achieve that in 2025, is still an intention. Until you put work into it, that's when it becomes a goal. But without that, it's still an intention. It's still a thought. Okay, so let's start. We don't have so much time. So there are different events. There's so much intentions that you have that you want to achieve in 2025. One of the first things I would like to say is that you put them on a scale of priority. I'll try to be practical as possible. So what you can do here is, for every intention that you have, write them on a piece of paper. You can write them on a piece of paper. The paper may not be something so big. For instance, I want to buy a car. That's one intention. Write it in a small piece of paper. I want to go to school. I want to read 12 books this year. I want to start a business this year. I want to learn a skill this year. I want to this and that. Right? Write them down. The fact that they are still written down, they are still intentions. Now when you have all of those things, now put them on a scale of preference, or you can call it scale of priority. However, let me digress a bit to explaining what scale of preference is or scale of priority. Let me read what is here. So I said put them on a scale of priority. Now, scale of priority is like the hierarchy of how important events are to you. Do you understand? So say for instance, for me now, this year, one of the things I want to do is that I want to increase my investment this year. Say that's one. Another thing, I'm just giving, I want to increase my investment this year. Another thing I want to do this year is I also want to go on vacation. That's another one. Another one that I may want to do this year, this is too personal, but it's okay, let's say, is I want to settle down this year. Did you hear that? Okay. That's another one, right? Another one is I want to change my car this year. Maybe another one is I want to change my phone this year. Those are about 5 things. Now, to now put on a scale of preference or scale of priorities to say which one is the most important to me, because the goal is yours, the intention is yours, so you need to sit down and think which one is the most important to me. And this is very sensitive, because you need to really give it some thought, and you need to also speak to your mentor, to your guardians, and to people that matter to you, because sometimes what you think is priority actually may not be priority, may not be what you actually need. It may not be what is supposed to be your priority. Sometimes, our priorities are right. So you need to also avail yourself of association and networks that can scrutinize your priority. There are a set of people that if they have money today, what they want to use that money to do is to go and do a play, is to go and feast, to go and eat and all of that. And it's priority to them. I wonder what kind of priority is that. Okay, so in my own case now, out of the 5 things that I mentioned, the most important to me is to increase my investment. So that comes at the top of the chart from my priority. Okay, that comes like the top of my priority. You see, when I mentioned that I want to change my car this year, it's not so important to me. It's just like something I want, and this is going to lead me to teach something on needs, wants, and others. It's going to be one of the series that we'll be dealing with, basically. So I have a car already that I'm using. There's nothing wrong with the car. The car is good for my status and all of that. So me saying I want to change my car, yeah, it's good, but it shouldn't be top of my priority. Why? It's not so important to me. If I don't change my car this year, it's not like I'm going to die. It's not like I'm not going to be society worthy or something. Nope. Changing my phone as well is not a top priority to me. I have a phone that I'm using. If I have 2 phones, good phones, so it's not. That should not be my priority. So those are the least. Those ones will be the ones that will be on the bottom of my scale of preference. So you need to sit down well and think about it. What are the things that really, really matter to me? What are the things that are really, really, really needed and germane to me in this season, in this year? So you need to put them on a scale of priority. So I said here in their descending order of importance. Why I said descending is because descending means from highest to lowest, right? So I believe that the important goals and plans and intentions that you have will carry more with. That's why I said descending order of priority. We don't have so much time. Let me fast here. The second one I said is set smart goals. Set smart goals. They are goals and they are smart goals. Some of these things you can look it up on the internet, but I'm going to do there's an episode that will cover setting smart goals. I think it's the next episode. You need to set smart goals. What are smart goals? It's just that the word SMART, S-M-A-R-T, are acronyms, for some things that you need to put in check when you're setting a goal. For instance, S means specific. It means your goal has to be specific. I won't dwell on this because we have an episode on this that we explain this in-depthly. Your S is specific. Your goal, your thoughts, your intentions, the goal you're setting must be specific. It must be measurable. That's M. Your goal must be measurable. Your goal, A, must be achievable. It must be achievable. The R there is that your goal must be relevant. It must be relevant to you. It must be relevant to you primarily. And, it must be relevant to the society as well. And the T is that your goal must be time bound. Your goal must be time bound. Okay, so just 2 more points. Let me rush it down. So the third point here is you need to pick up mentorship. You need to pick up mentorship. I think I should stop here for want of time. So until I see you again in the next episode, I'm telling you, keep grinding, keep putting the work. This year is a serious year. Don't sleep on it. Don't lag behind. Follow on this journey. We will both achieve this year. Until I see you again in the next episode, remain strong, keep grinding. My name is Ifeolu Akintade on Navigate Now. Bye for now.